and welcome back to another tutorial. Today's tutorial is on Too Good at Goodbyes by Sam Smith. The easy sheet music that I have arranged is available on my Patreon page as always, and a link to that will be directly underneath this video. The violin performance video of this will be linked underneath this video as well, as I'm not going to play it all in this video. I'm just going to take you through a few parts. So in this tutorial then, this is probably going to be one of the easiest tutorials that I've done. There's nothing really complicated. This is in the key of D minor, so you've got one flat. So that means that when you're playing a B flat on the A string, it would normally go here, but you're going to be all the way back here as far as basically the finger will go until you feel that ridge. It's called the nut of the violin, but until your finger, not kind of on, you don't want to go actually on that bit, but just sort of right. You can see my finger is kind of going right up to that almost line where the fingerboard kind of jumps up a little bit. So that's where your fingers want to go when you're on the A string. When you're on the E string, your fingers are also going to be in the same place. Now the second fingers are going to be right next door to the first fingers. So on the E string, they're going to be next door to the first fingers, on A string as well, and also on the D string. We're not going on to the G string in this tutorial, so that doesn't really matter. So when you're starting off, when you've got those Cs, make sure that your second finger is jammed in next to the first. So you notice that I did a fourth finger for the A there. You can do an open A if you want to, but I would just advise doing fourth fingers for the A's for this one, just because I think it would be a lot easier. So it just basically carries on from there. That little bit, that little kind of 3-4 bar section, 4 measure section repeats again. As well about the rhythm. So with something like this, it's very difficult to get the rhythm exactly as the singer sings it, just because of the way the voice is singing this. It's very difficult to put that through rhythm wise with an instrument or any instrument that you're physically playing. So if you feel like the rhythm, you want to change the rhythm ever so slightly, absolutely go ahead and do that. You can change the music, feel free to do that. I've just kind of done the closest thing that I think kind of matches what he's playing. I admit that perhaps in the performance video, I'm not doing exactly as everything is written on the music, but that's kind of the whole point of it, to sort of ad lib and sort of play it as the song and kind of make the song yours as opposed to a robotic kind of performance. Okay, so 15, 16, 17, we've got a C, which is on the E string. So your A would be here on the third finger dot. You've got a B flat, which would be jammed in next to it. A normal B would normally be here, and the C that we've got is going to be next to that. So if I had another finger here, so basically where my index finger is on my right hand, that is where you're going to put the C. So can you see you're just sort of a little tiny E, you're just like a little bit up from where a B would be. So basically it's just a slight stretch. So if you just have your hand relaxed as normal and put your hands over the string, you'll probably find that your fourth finger will want to hit a B. Roughly kind of somewhere a B. So what you want to do is just ever so slightly extend that fourth finger, and then you know you've got a C. So it should just feel like the hand is just sort of ever so slightly stretching. If you sort of, my hand is naturally relaxed. If I just stretch a little bit, if I just eke that stretch out, I'm only kind of moving just a finger's width from there to kind of where this finger is, really. That's all I kind of need to move. So I tend to keep my first finger down for the F naturals and stretch up to that fourth finger, which is quite a stretch, I will admit, whilst keeping my F here, because I know I'm going to be needing that, well, immediately after. So it gives me a good anchor point, and it gives me an idea of how much I need to stretch my hand. You can let go. It's just very unnatural for me to want to let go. if I let go, it makes me want to stretch up a little bit higher. So as I was saying, it's unnatural for me to want to let go, and also it gives me an anchor point as to how far I need to stretch my hand. I guess I've just been doing that for a really long time, so that kind of just feels most natural for me. Be careful when you play that C afterwards that you don't overstretch it, because you stretch the hand needs to come back to its original position. Stretched, back to normal, stretched, back to normal. If you keep the hand stretched, stretch, then the rest of the notes are going to be stretched as well. So remember, stretch, hand straight back. Stretch, back. And to be perfectly honest with you, that is the entire of the song, because there doesn't really seem to be any bridge in here. You've got a little bit of kind of chorus going on with the choir in the background. Whatever it is they're doing, too good at goodbyes when they're singing those bits in the chorus. So that's all I want to mention for this one. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in next Wednesday's tutorial. Bye.